season replays, fantasy drafts, ultimate creative leagues, and what if tournament. It's Coffee Cup Games with the coach, DKM. Hey, this is Coach DK with Coffee Cup Games. Hope you guys are having a good one. We are in a 1976 playoff replay. We started it in the championship series. We've done the National League and we're doing the American League. We are managing both the New York Yankees of the American League and the Cincinnati Reds of the National League, hoping to take both teams back to the World Series. In the American League, New York Yankees are leading the Kansas City Royals 2-1, as games 4 and possibly game number 5 will be in New York. We again are managing the New York Yankees. And in the National League, Cincinnati won game 3 at home to take a 2-1 lead. We showed that in our last episode of the series as they won 8-3. And so now we are going to be entering into Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. We are going to be doing Game 4 of Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees. And again, we will be managing the New York Yankees. Can we wrap the series up in Game 4? Or, like 1976, will the series go to a Game 5? Originally back in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series, Kansas City won 7-4. Kansas City jumped up with 3 runs in the top of the second. New York answered with 2 runs of their own. But it was a lead that Kansas City never gave up as they added 2 more runs in the 4th and another run in the 6th, having a 6-2 lead. And even though New York added 2 runs and Kansas City added 1 in the final 3 innings, it was too much of a lead that Kansas City had that New York could not overcome, as Kansas City again won that one 7-4. So what's going to happen in this one? Well, let's check out the starting lineups. The Game 4 starters for the Kansas City Royals will be Cowens leading off. He's the center fielder. Poquette will be in left field batting second. George Brett, the third baseman, batting third. In the cleanup spot will be Mayberry, the first baseman. Hal McRae will be in right field in this game. He's batting fifth. Quirk will be the DH, batting sixth. Rojas will be at second, batting seventh. And Paddock, the shortstop, will be batting eighth. And finally, Buck Martinez will be catching and batting ninth. On the mound will be the Game 1 starter, Larry Grua, who went 4-0 with a 2.30 ERA. He started in 1976 with the New York Yankees, but due to a bad relationship with Billy Martin, never pitched for the Yankees and eventually was traded to the Royals. Originally in 1976, Larry Grua only went 2 innings in Game 4 before being pulled. The Game 4 starters for the 76 Yankees will be Rivers, the center fielder, leading off. Roy White, the left fielder, batting second. Thurman Munson, the catcher, batting third. Lou Piniella will be the DH, and he'll be in the cleanup spot. Chambliss, the first baseman, will be batting fifth. Nettles will be at third. He's batting sixth. Maddox will be in right field. He's batting seventh. And Willie Randolph, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Stanley, the shortstop, will be batting ninth. On the mound will be Catfish Hunter. He went 17 and 15 with a 3.53 ERA. So now, let's go ahead. Let's jump into the action of Game 4 at New York. But before we do, I'm going to ask you guys, take a quick moment, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, leave any questions, comments, or snide remarks in the comment section down below. And so with that being said, now let's jump into Game 4 of the American League Championship from 1976. It is a good afternoon here at Yankee Stadium. It's October 13th, around 3:15 game start time. So left-handed hitters will have a 1-11. Right-handed hitters will have a 1-3 when it comes to home runs. Both will have singles of 1-9 for ballpark effects. And so we got Catfish Hunter on the mound. We are managing the Yankees. First up, it's going to be the center fielder, Cowens. And Cowens is going to start off with a single straight up the middle to get a leadoff hit in the top of the first. And now here's Poquette. Poquette's going to hit a ground ball to short, which is going to be a force out at second. Not able to turn the double play, so 1 down. And now here's George Brett. And George Brett,
just a bit outside.
A wild pitch as Hunter throws this one to the backstop. Munson quickly gets to it. Poquette takes second. And now George Brett with a runner in scoring position and only 1 down. And he is going to hit a ground ball back to Catfish Hunter, who's going to check Poquette and then take the easy out at first. So 2 down, and now Mayberry's up. He hit .232 with 13 home runs, and he's going to hit a fly ball into center field that Rivers has to slide a little bit to his left and will pull that one easily. But the Royals get a runner in scoring position but do not capitalize. And so we now go into the bottom of the first with Rivers, our leadoff man, who hit .312 with 8 home runs and 76, is going to start us off, and he's going to hit a pop-up into the infield that Paddock, the shortstop, is going to take for one down. And now Roy White is up. He had 14 home runs, a little bit of power to hit .286. He's going to hit a ground ball to Paddock. He's going to have to make a play, and Paddock slides to his right, scoops it up on one knee, and hurls it to Mayberry at first for the out, gets White by a step and a half. So now Munson's up. Munson, the catcher, is going to hit a ground ball to Paddock, who has to make another play, and this time he dives to his right, hops up, and just gets Munson out, who is a slow runner. So that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning with 2 great defensive plays by the shortstop, Paddock, of the Royals. So we now go into the top of the second. McRae is going to lead off. The right fielder hit .332 with 8 home runs. And he's going to start off with the ground ball to Stanley at short. That's going to be one down. And now Quirk, the DH, is up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley as well. And Stanley again is going to make an easy ground out and throw it to first to Chambliss for 2 down. And now Rojas is up, and he's going to be struck out. So a quick 1-2-3 inning as Catfish Hunter just mauls through them. And now we go into the bottom of the second with Lou Piniella, the DH. He had .281. Only had 3 home runs. A surprising cleanup man, but he's going to get a pop-up to lead off the second inning for 1 down. And now Chambliss is up, and he's going to get a single opposite field. And so that's going to be our first hit, as now we have a runner on first, and now Nettles, the third baseman, is up. He had 32 home runs. He's going to hit a ground ball to George Brett. And Brett makes an incredible play. Chambliss able to take second. And George Brett makes a defensive play to just get out Nettles at first. So the Royals defense coming through huge right now. But Chambliss on second with 2 outs. Maddox with a runner in scoring position. Not a good hitter. Hit only .217, but does well against lefties. He's going to draw a walk. So runners on first and second. Now Willie Randolph's up, the second baseman. And he is going to hit a fly ball to McRae, who does not have good range. But he is able to get there for the third out. So we leave 2 runners stranded as we now go into the top of the third with the score still 0-0. And here we go, Hunter back on the mound for the third inning. Paddock, the shortstop's up. He is going to start off with needing a 1-5 for a triple. He's going to get an 18, so it will be good enough for a single. The second hit by the Royals, and again, they are going to have a runner leading off. And now Buck Martinez is up, the catcher. They're going to try to see if they can get a good lead. He cannot. And now Buck Martinez is going to lay down a bunt. Nettles scoops that one up, takes the easy out at first, and Paddock takes second. So they have a runner in scoring position, and now Cowens is up. He led off the game with a single in the first. And this time he's going to hit a ground ball to Nettles, who's going to keep Paddock at second, and he's going to take the out at first. So that'll be 2 down, and now Poquette is up, the left fielder, who hit .302. And he's going to hit a pop-up, a little bit of a blooper over the infield that Chambliss is able to back up and get easily. So that's going to be the third out. So now we go into the bottom of the third, and now Stanley's up, and Stanley's going to hit a pop-up that Paddock's able to take out at short. So that's going to be 1 down. And now Rivers, the leadoff man, center fielder, who at .312 is going to get up. And he's going to hit a pop-up also to Paddock. So Paddock getting a lot of work here today in this game. And so that'll be the second out, and now Roy White is up, and he is going to hit a ground ball to Paddock. So Paddock with 3 straight outs, as Paddock gets 2 pop-ups and then ends the inning with a ground ball that he throws to first for the third out, so a 1-2-3 inning. And now, after 3 innings, we have both teams with 0 runs. It's 0-0. Kansas City has 2 hits, no errors. New York has 1 hit and no errors. Top of the fourth here, it is George Brett. 3, 4, and 5 hitters are going to be up, and Brett's going to lead off with a fly ball into center field for Rivers, and that's going to be 1 down. And now Mayberry's up, and he's going to hit a fly ball to Maddox in right field. Maddox had to back up a little bit, but able to pull that one in for the second out. And now Hal McRae's up, and he's going to be struck out. So a big strikeout the end of the inning, and that's going to take us into the bottom of the fourth. Munson's up, just like the Royals, who had their 3, 4, and 5. Yankees are going to have their 3, 4, and 5, and Munson's going to lead us off, and he's going to hit a fly ball into left field to Poquette, who has to slide a little bit to his left for a routine out. Now Lou Pinella's up. And Pinella's going to hit a fly ball to Cowens in center, and that's going to be 2 down. And now Chambliss, who has a single, is going to hit a ground ball to Mayberry, who easily picks that one up, tags the bag, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So both teams with a 1-2-3 inning, still 0-0 going into the 5th. Top of the 5th, here is Quirk, the DH man. He had 246. He's going to hit a ground ball to Willie Randolph, who scoops that one up after 2 bounces and throws it to first for an easy out. Now Rojas is up. And a strikeout by Catfish Hunter. His 3rd strikeout of the game. And now Paddock, the shortstop's up. And he's going to be struck out. So back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning in the top of the 5th. And we go in the bottom of the 5th with Nettles, the 3rd baseman's up. He had 32 home runs. He's going to hit a ground ball to Paddock, a short. And that's going to be 1 down. And now Maddox, who has gotten on base at the walk, is going to hit a ground ball to Paddock. And Paddock scoops that one up. Has to make a defensive play and a good hard throw. And the throw gets there just in time to beat Maddox for the 2nd out. Now Willie Randolph is up. And he's going to rip a single with 2 outs up the middle. So with a possibility here, we're going to try to see if we can get a runner into second. And he needs a 1-11 since he's going to be held. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try to steal. And he is going to be out at second base as he gets pegged.
Such an idiot.
Need a 1-11. It was going to be a 16, so he's out. And now we go into the top of the 6th. Catfish Hunter still on the mound, has only thrown 59 pitches. So far in this game, he's going against Buck Martinez, and Buck Martinez is going to hit a ground ball to Randolph at second base, who has to make a play. And he will, as it's going to be 1 down. And now Cowens is up, who has a single. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Chambliss, who has to slide to his right. He makes a great play, has to throw it quickly to Hunter covering first, and he will just get the out in time. So that's going to be 2 down. And now Poquette is up, who's 0 for 2. And he's going to be hit by a pitch. So unfortunately, with 2 outs, they're going to put a runner on. And now we got George Brett up, who led the team with a 333 average. The future Hall of Famer's up. He's 0 for 2 today. He's going to hit a pop-up to Chambliss at first to end the inning. So that runner that gets on base with 2 outs is not going to come back and haunt us as we now go into the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees and the Royals battling to a 0-0 tie. Stanley, our shortstop, is up. And he is going to hit a ground ball up the middle. Paddock has to make a play, and he does as he just gets there in time. Quickly throws it to first, and that's going to be an out. Paddock playing an incredible defensive game so far. And now here is Rivers, who's 0 for 2. He's going to hit a fly ball as he pulls this one to the right field, but McRae's easily there. And that's going to be out number 2. And now Roy White's up. He is 0 for 2, and he's going to hit a fly ball in the center field. The Cowens barely has to move just a few steps to his left for the 3rd out. So a 1-2-3 inning. So a pitcher's duel in this one. As after 6 innings, both teams have no runs, 0-0. Both teams only have 2 hits, and neither team has made an error. There's been some great defensive gems so far in this one as we get ready to enter the last 3 innings of this one. And here we go, top of the 7th and a very close game. Mayberry's going to lead off the cleanup man. He's going to hit a little pop-up that Munson's able to roll in, and that's going to be 1 down. Now McRae's up. He's 0 for 2. He's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley, a short, and that's going to be the 2nd out. And now Quirk, the DH, is up, and he's going to hit a long fly ball. This one might have the legs. It's going, and gone. A solo shot by Quirk, the DH, for a 1-0 lead. A huge hit by Quirk in the top of the 7th with 2 outs, and now Cookie Rojas is up, and he's going to hit a fly ball opposite field to Maddox for the 3rd out. But Kansas City gets a run in the top of the 7th to take a 1-0 lead. Here we are, bottom of the 7th. We got our 3, 4, and 5, heart of our lineup. Munson's going to be leading us off, and he's going to hit a shot. He goes into right center field. This one might have enough.
Swinging a drive to right. And that one's gone.
Thurman Munson answers with a solo home run of his own in the bottom of the 7th to tie this one up. Lou Piniella now up. He's 0 for 2. He's going to pop up to first to Mayberry for the first out. And now Chambliss is up. He's going to hit a line drive right at Mayberry for 2 down. And now Nettles is up. And Nettles is going to hit a ground ball to George Brett, who has to make a play. He will make a nice play to get the third out. But the 7th inning with some solo shots, one by each team. Quirk hits one. And then Thurman Munson answers. And so it is 1-1 as we go into the top of the 8th. Top of the 8th, Hunter still on the mound, pitching a great game. He's only allowed 3 hits so far. And he's going to be starting off with Paddock, and that's going to be a walk, his first walk of the game. And a hit and run zone, and he needs a 1-5. It's going to be a 7.
Bruh.
So Paddock gets the third as Buck Martinez on the hit and run hits a shot, and that's going to put now some danger. As with no outs, they have the top of the lineup coming up. Cowens, who's 1 for 3. We need Catfish Hunter to come, and he's going to get Cowens to hit a line drive to Stanley for 1 out. So now Poquet is up. 302 hitter in 1976. He was hit by a pitch in his last at bat. He's 0 for 2. Can Huntfish Hunter get him out? And a big strikeout. The 5th strikeout of the game as Catfish Hunter having ice in his veins. And now George Brett, who's 0 for 3, is up. And if I'm the Royals, I wouldn't want nobody else on up to bat than George Brett. Catfish Hunter, battle of future Hall of Famers. Here's the pitch. And he's going to issue a walk as he pitches closely to George Brett. And Brett now is on first. Bases are loaded to go against Mayberry, who at 232. So not a great hitter, but he did have 13 home runs, led the team. Here's the pitch for Catfish Hunter, and he's going to get Mayberry to pop out to Nettles at third base with the bases loaded.
Yeah, boy!
What a clutch inning by Catfish Hunter after starting it off with 2 runners on first and third. We now go into the bottom of the 8th. They still have Larry Gora in. He is almost to his pitch count. Actually, he's just over his pitch count. He has 89 pitches. Pitch count is 88. Maddox is up. He's 0 for 1. He has a walk. And he needs a 1-4. He's going to get a 14, so it's going to be a triple. And now Willie Randolph is up to bat. And he is B, bunter, C, hit and run. Maddox is not very good with speed. We're going to let Willie Randolph swing away. The legendary Yankee, and he needs a 1-4. And he gets an 11. So he, just like Maddox, is going to get a single. Didn't get the triple, but that puts runners on first and second. And now Stanley is up. And so Stanley is going to bunt as we're going to try to advance the runners. And he pulls off a beautiful bunt. So that's going to put runners on second and third. Is now Rivers. Our leadoff man is up, who at 312 had 8 home runs. And Larry Gora is still on the mound. And Rivers is going to hit a ground ball to Paddock, who's made some amazing plays. And he charges this one. And another incredible play by Paddock to just beat Rivers at first base. Randolph and Maddox stays. And now Roy White is up. The left fielder hit 286 with 14 home runs. He's 0 for 3 today. And he is going to pop up to Rojas at second to end the inning. So both the Royals and the Yankees with golden opportunities, and both teams come up null and void. So we are now entering the 9th inning with the score still 1-1 in this game. Top of the 9th, Catfish Hunter still looks well, as he still has plenty of juice in the tank. And now here's Hal McRae, who's 0 for 3, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Stanley. That's going to be 1 down. And now Quirk, who has the only home run for the Royals, is going to hit a fly ball to center, and that's going to be 2 down. And now Rojas, who's 0 for 3, is up. And Rojas is going to hit a fly ball opposite field to Maddox. That goes right at him. So that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for the Royals as we now go into the bottom of the 9th with the game tied. Royals only have 4 hits. Yankees have 5. Here is Thurman Munson, who got our solo shot in the 7th inning to tie the game. Can he do it again? Thurman Munson is going to hit a fly ball into left field, but this one's going to be shallow and easily pulled in by Poquet. That's going to be 1 down. And here's Lou Piniella, who's 0 for 3. He's going to hit a fly ball into left field, and that's going to be 2 down. And now here's Chambliss. Chambliss is going to swing. He needs a 1-2. He gets a 10, so it's going to be good enough for a single, as this one's hit up center field. So we have a runner on, and now Nettles is up. Nettles, we could use something but be a strikeout to end the inning, as we now go into extra innings in Game 4 of the American League Championship Series. Top of the 10th inning, we still got Catfish Hunter in. He still has something left. So he's going to go against Paddock, the number 8 hitter, and that's going to be a strikeout. His 6th strikeout of the game, and now Buck Martinez is up. And he's going to hit a fly ball into left field, very easily taken in by White. And that's going to be 2 down, and now here's their leadoff man, Cowens, the center fielder, who hit 265. He's 1 for 4 today. And he is going to pop it up, and Thurman Munson able to pull that one in. And so that's going to be a quick 1-2-3 inning as we go into the bottom of the 10th. And Little is coming in to be the new relief pitcher, as Larry Gora has gone 9 innings and allowed 1 run with 6 hits, and has had superb defense behind him. So Ken Little keep the Yankees at bay. Maddox is up, the right fielder, as we got our 7, 8, and 9 hitters, and Maddox, who is 1 for 2 with the walks, going to hit a ground ball to Brett. And George Brett makes a diving play and then throws it to first to just get out Maddox by a step. That's going to be 1 down. And here's Willie Randolph, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And he's up, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Paddock at short. That's going to be an out. And so now we have 2 down, and here's Stanley, our last hitter. He's hitting 238, the shortstop. And he is going to hit a fly ball into left field. So that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for them as we go into the 11th inning now. Catfish Hunter still has a little bit left, and I am just nervous to take him out. He's going against Poquette, who's going to be struck out. The 7th strikeout for Catfish Hunter, and here's George Brett, who's 0 for 3. He did get on base once with a walk, and he's going to get his first hit of the game. That's going to be a single. So now here he is, Mayberry, who's 0 for 4. He's going to hit a fly ball to center fielder Rivers. That's going to be an out. So Brett's still on first. McRae is up. He's 0 for 4. He had 332. They're trying to see if George Brett can get a lead. He cannot. So now he's going to go against McRae. McRae's going to hit a fly ball to Rivers in center field. Rivers is going to have to make a play, and he will make the play, as I was a little bit nervous for that one. But he comes through in the clutch, and so now we're going into the bottom of the 11th as Rivers is up. He hit 312 in 1976. He's 0 for 4 today. We need a hit here to start us off. He's going to hit a ground ball to Roas, and Roas cannot get there in time. Awesome! And so we are going to lead off with a single, and we're going to try to see if we can get a lead. And he cannot get a good lead, so it's a 1-11. We do not want to take that chance. And so White is up. White hit 286. We're going to let him swing away in this one. He's going to hit a ground ball to Rojas. Rojas has to run hard to his left. Rivers able to take second as Rojas gets the out at first. So it does put a runner in scoring position for Thurman Munson, our best hitter. He hit 302 with 17 home runs. He has a home run in this one, and he's going to draw a walk. So runners on first and second. As now Lou Piniella comes to bat. And Lou Piniella, who really hits well against left-handers, but is horrible against right-handed pitchers, we're going to go ahead and bring in a pinch hitter. And we are going to bring in Oscar Gamble to pinch hit with runners on first and second. And they, of course, are going to bring in a left-handed pitcher, Mingori, to go against Gamble, but we're still going to go with it. Gamble had 17 home runs, and he needs a 1-5, but he's going to hit this one. He pulls it into right field. Will it be deep enough? It will, to try to allow Rivers to advance. They're going to throw it to third. Rivers gets there pretty easily. 1-19 was what he needed, and it was a 12, so he gets to third base. And that is going to put runners on the corner for Chambliss, who is 2 for 4. He had a hit in the second and in the ninth. He's one of our hottest hitters in this one. Can he come through for us? He needs a 1-5, but it's going to be a 20.
Oh, come on!
As it's going to be down the line, but McRae able to be there, and that's going to end the inning as we leave a runner stranded on first and third. Catfish Hunter still in this one, going into the 12th inning. This will be his last inning for sure, and he's going to be facing against Quirk, who needs a 1-17 for a home run. Luckily for us, it is a 20. That is going to put him on second. Man, did we get lucky on that one. And so Quirk with a double puts him on second. This is going to be Rojas now, who's 0 for 4, and they're going to bring in Dave Nelson to pinch run. And Rojas is up. He had 242. He's going to hit a fly ball to left field to White. White is able to pull that one in. Nelson stays put, as now that's going to bring up Paddock. Paddock is 1 for 3. He has a walk, and he's going to hit a towering ball behind home plate. Thurman Munson able to bring that one in. And now Buck Martinez is up. He only hit 228. So he's up to bat, and he's going to hit a ground ball to third base.
Impressive.
And that's going to end the inning. So with a very close call when it comes to a home run in the top of the 12th, we escape as Catfish Hunter has gone 12 innings, only allowed 6 hits and 1 run. And that was all he's going to have. So he will not come up with a win unless we can get a run here in the bottom of the 12th. Here's Nettles. He's 0 for 4. And he's going to lead off with a ground ball to Rojas at second. That's going to be 1 down. And here's Maddox. He's 1 for 3. He has a walk. He's going to hit a ground ball to Paddock at short. So that's going to be 2. And now Willie Randolph's up, the second baseman. He's 2 for 4. And he's going to hit a ground ball to Paddock. That's going to end the inning as a quick 1-2-3 inning. As both teams have 1 run. It is 1-1. Royals have 1 run on 6 hits. Have not committed an error. Have made some great defensive plays. New York has 1 run on 7 hits. And they also have not committed an error as we get ready to enter in the top of the 13th. And we're going to bring in a new pitcher. Top of the 13th, we bring in our closer, Sparky Lyle. The left-hander does well against lefties, and they got a bunch of them coming up. Collins is going to come up. He's 1 for 5. So here's the first pitch by Lyle, and strikeout. A good start of the day for Lyle. Now poke heads up. He's 0 for 4. He was hit by a pitch. He's going to hit a ground ball to Randolph at second. That's going to be 2 down. Now George Brett's up, and he's going to be struck out. As Lyle comes in with a quick 1-2-3 inning, and Mingori's still on the mound, and Stanley's up to bat. He is 0 for 3 today. He did have a sacrifice bunt, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Mayberry, who has to make a play, and another amazing play by the Royals as Mayberry has to hustle to his right, dives, and throws it to first just to get out Stanley. Rivers is up. He's 1 for 5, and he's going to hit a ground ball to Mayberry. This one, Mayberry can't handle this one as it bounces off of his wrist. As this one, Mayberry's not able to handle well, and Rivers gets there in time with his speed, so that's going to be counted as an error. So Rivers on base, we are going to try to steal as we need to get a runner in scoring position, and he gets a good jump.
He's safe.
He needs a 1-17. He gets a 15, so he is going to be safe. And so we now have a runner in scoring position with White coming up, who is 0 for 5. White is going to hit a pop-up, a towering shot that Paddock's able to take in. And so now Munson's up with a runner in scoring position, 2 outs, and they are going to intentionally walk Thurman Munson, who had a home run all the way back in the 7th, and now Oscar Gamble's up, the DH, who we brought in to go against right-handers. He's not very good against lefties, but he is 0 for 1. He's going to hit by a pitch. So Oscar Gamble gets nailed, and that's going to put him on first. It advances the runner, so bases are loaded with Chambliss, who is 2 for 5. He has 2 of our 7 hits. Can he come through this time with runners in scoring position? And he is going to hit a single into right field over the infield.
Oh, yes!
With the bases loaded in the bottom of the 13th, Chambliss comes through in the clutch and rips his 3rd single of the game to win this one 2-1 in a 13-inning gem of a baseball game. Wow, what an incredible Game 4 between the Royals and the Yankees. a 2-1 win by the Yankees in 13 innings. So unlike 1976, where it took the Yankees 5 games to advance to the World Series, it only took us 4. The Yankees are now going to return to the World Series, where they're going to face either the Philadelphia Phillies or the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are currently leading that series 2-1. The Yankees have advanced, so let's see what's going to happen as we continue in our 1976 playoff replay. I hope you guys are enjoying this replay. I'm enjoying doing it. I have fun playing the games, as well as getting to know many of the players that I have forgotten about. So until next time, this is Coach DK. Have a good one.